Okay, this pisses me off to no end. And so I'm going to hold out to talk about what pisses me off because I try to be a positive person. So I'm going to talk about other things first. Welcome to the FishBowl. What's the FishBowl, you ask? Well, this is a new little thing where I'm going to talk about motorcycle news, my opinion, and also things that my friends are up to. When I say friends, I'm referring to people in the YouTube world or Instagram world or content creators or hell, just anything I think is cool. So we're going to talk about my opinion a lot. It can be changed if I'm wrong. I'm not normally wrong, but I'd love for you guys to interact with me as I update the world on some of the things that's going on in a very slow way. First, I got to ride what I'm calling is the river run. A bunch of people met me at Bison Thunder. There was at one point 15 motorcycles, 21 people. It was great. It was awesome. The IMRG, Bison Thunder's IMRG joined us, and it was led by one of their members, Bob. So thank you, Bob, for leading, and all the IMRG people are joining us. So it's going to be a new thing. I hope, let's see how this goes. I don't know. We're just going to play with it. So I got a chance to ride a Pan America. I was really excited. It was a last second thing. But the fact that I got to ride the Pan America was awesome. Big Gabe got to ride it with me. We shot some video on it. I'm actually in the process of uploading and editing and doing all the fun stuff so the Pan America review video is coming. So hit subscribe if you want to see that, something that interests you. As well as I'm still kind of playing with the Super Chief. I realized I didn't do a great job with some footage of the Super Chief rather than me just riding it. So I'm kind of playing with that, trying to get that thrown together. Those are the things that I'm working on. I'm happy to say that I'm busy. I got things to do. I'm going to make a video about my little river run. So that's going to be coming out as well. So if you're interested in those 3 videos, those are probably going to be the next 3 that come. Hey, I want to shout out to my sister for graduating with her bachelor's. I think that's awesome. She actually walked the stage, and she was class 2021, so that was pretty cool. And Curtis Sawyer, he was supposed to make my river run, didn't make it. Unfortunately, he had a couple little life gets in the way sometimes, even on the fun times. It's not always, but he's been having a blast. He got to do Thundering Through the Smokies. And he has a couple podcasts out talking to riders that were in the group, the organizers of that. And people even got engaged. I don't know. You got to go check it out. So Indian Rider Radio's podcast, he has some really cool things going on. And his next podcast, big news for his next podcast. He's giving away the first full ride scholarship winner. He's announcing it. He teamed up with Brave Wolf Customs to send people to advanced riders courses. And he's used help of his Patreons and a lot of help from Brave Wolf Customs. Those guys are sending people to advanced rider schools and making people better riders. And when you're better, you'll get full and more enjoyment out of riding, which I think is cool. We all have mentioned many times how I think riding and learning how to ride and being the best rider you can is important. So, so check out his next podcast. It might even be out now, actually. So go check it out, find out the winner, and it was kind of cool cat. Actually, no, they do. Some news around Indian Motorcycle. Lloyd's Garage dropped their new mufflers, their slip-on mufflers, and we have known that they were coming out, but we didn't know what they sounded like. So go to Lloyd's Garage and you can get sound clips. Yeah, pretty cool. I haven't heard them in person, not yet. I've only heard sound clips, that same ones you're going to be able to hear. So they sound pretty deep on the bottom, and when you rev it, it doesn't sound like it gets super overly loud, but it has that deep little rumble. So I haven't heard anything about performance yet. Not saying that's not going to come out. I just haven't heard it. Okay, this pisses me off to no end. And so I'm going to hold out to talk about what pisses me off because I try to be a positive person. So I'm going to talk about other things first. 2 Indians. They did the Iron Butt ride. They met with a whole bunch of people. They got to meet Curtis Sawyer. He has Brian from 2 Indians has a great video on his Iron Butt ride. And so you need to go check that out. I'm planning 1 or maybe 2 Iron Butt rides this summer is what I'm hoping to do. There's some not planned that I get to do, which is kind of like a fun thing to be thinking like any day I could do an Iron Butt ride. Most people prep for those. Some of us, we just start our bikes and go do them. I've done 2 Iron Butt rides and I've never done an Iron Butt. I don't send my stuff in. I don't know. It's weird. So anyway, hopefully you guys get to check that out. My boy Bearded Bobber. So he's kind of slowed down on the content a little bit, but man, if you haven't seen what he's done with his Scout Bobber, you need to check it out. It looks amazing. I really, really like what he's doing with that bike. We all know that I never had like a super solid opinion of Indian Scouts, and that was because I rode an Indian Scout 60, and they're a little less power, and so I didn't realize the difference. So you live and learn, baby. Now I rode a Scout, and I think it's a very fun bike, and I understand why the hype is with them. Hey, my boy Christopher David Larson from Nipa, he hit 1,000 subs a month ago, so I just want to congratulate you in this video. Congratulations on that, and if you haven't checked him out, go check him out. Some more motorcycle news. Boy, Harley Davidson, they dodged a bullet. They were able to get out of that European Union tariff, which was gonna just eat them up. So that's actually good. I'm actually for being prosperous in many different brands, and that's one reason why I was so excited about the Pan America, because it's new to the American market. Speaking of the Pan America, like I said, I got to ride it and I got a review coming. But my understanding is that every one that's hit the sales floor has sold. I don't know. If that's true, that's great news for those guys. So I can't wait to see where this goes from here. Maybe it sways Indian Motorcycle into making their own adventure FTR. Just saying, not that I would want that or anything, or I've tried to build it. But yeah, moment of silence. So the people Indian can hear, we want the adventure FTR. Yeah, with ride modes. Yeah, anyway. Okay, moment of silence over. But talking about Indian Motorcycle, I do want to bring up some big news, and this is big for me. The Indian Challenger now has a climate-controlled seat. No, it's not big. I can't afford it. I really want to get one of those. I'm looking forward to how to get one of those. How is easy. You go to your local dealer and they can order it for you if they don't already have it in stock. So if you have an Indian Challenger and you want the climate-controlled seat, they're out now. So, and I can say I got to use the Roadmaster, which had a climate-controlled seat, when I did the real-time test ride with Curtis Sawyer back in December. I put like 800 miles on the Roadmaster, and I used the seat daily. Some were warm, some were cooling. It was great. I really recommend that seat. Now I just got to get one for myself. All right, so one last thing before I get into, it really pisses me off, and I'm sorry for the language, but it really, really upsets me. July. Unfortunately, I don't get to go to India. We knew that was probably the case, but what I'm doing is called the fish migration. And we're being in the FishBowl. Apparently I'm about to start migrating. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going for sure. I do know I'm going to go east towards Connecticut and Indian Motorcycle Charlotte and anything from here to there, Minnesota, that region. But I have a couple engagements that need me on the West Coast in July. So it's possible that I'm going to be riding back and forth a couple of times in July. And when I say back and forth, I mean the country. So I'm hoping to kind of like meet some of you guys, Salty and Sprinkles, Anonymous Biker Year. I'm going to be in your region. I would love to hook up with Bearded Bobber again. I mean, that guy's a true friend of mine. So, yeah, I'm really hoping to use some of this fish migration to meet up with people, including listeners or watchers or friends that I've met that I haven't got to meet. So, if you see that I'm gonna be in your region, shoot me a message on Instagram, Facebook. I mean, some people got my phone number. Let me know, and I would love to just like shake a hand, dab it up. I really would. So, okay, about this topic, and it's an important topic. Okay, so Brian Remington, when he was on his iron butt ride, there was a couple riders that went down, not due to rider error. 100% the error of a person driving an automobile. They were on a highway and they hit the brakes and almost came to a stop for ducks. Yeah, moment of silence for the bikers that went down because a person in a car stopped for ducks. Listen, if you're in a car, anything about smaller than a horse, you hit it. You don't veer. You don't hit the brakes. I know it's natural instinct to not want to kill an animal, but the fact that you can put other people, including yourself, at risk is not worth it. So, hopefully those riders that went down because of some idiot that hit their brakes for ducks on a highway, hopefully they heal fast. Let's also take this opportunity, please, to educate our kids, our sons, our daughters. I know that's the same thing, but I don't care. Our grandma, our grandpa, our wives, our sisters. If you're in a car and there's an animal in the road, there's a few exceptions. Most of the time, you hit it. That, I'm being very specific right now. You run the thing to the ground. Because if you don't, say you veer, you can roll your car. You can go in a ditch. You can hit something else. And if you hit your brakes, if you're not 100% what's behind you, something can hit you. Or they can go down and get hurt or hit something avoiding you or whoever it is in the 4 wheels or 18 wheels. If you're in a cage, you hit the animal. Sorry. It just pisses me off. And I'm a professional driver for a living, and I've demolished deer. Not because I want to, because it's the safest thing to do. Now, granted, I'll throw it out there. I did say smaller than a horse for a reason. You don't want to go head up with a moose or an elephant. If there's an elephant in the road, you might want to go around it, stop, whatever, right? But you should see that coming a lot farther. But a duck, you run it over. Period. So I'm sorry that I'm not all super pumped about that, but I'll tell you one thing about me is I'll tell you what I think. I normally am always positive, but we need to make this into a positive, and we need to educate and teach our friends and our family and remind people, as sad as it is, I'm an animal lover like you wouldn't believe, but we can't sacrifice the people behind us, the people next to us in the cars, for ducks. So, anyway, listen, I've hit my brakes for animals, and there's moments where it's okay. But if you're on a highway, a freeway, there's almost never a moment where it's okay. But anyway, all right, I'm done talking about it. You guys got the point. I said it, and now I got a weight lifted off my shoulders, and I'm less pissed off about it. Maybe not a lot less, but a little bit. But now I've said it. So, hey guys, what do you think? This is the FishBowl, and I'm thinking about making this into a thing to give people a little bit what's going on. Anything I've kind of discussed, some of my friends, maybe news articles, I'm going to put a link in the description below. So you should be able to go find it or find their page or navigate somehow through my channel. What I really wanted to do was create an interaction where I get to talk about things kind of like I did on After Hours, the lives, and I would like to interact through the comments. So if you think I'm wrong about anything I ever say on here, leave a comment. Don't have to give me a thumbs down, give me a thumbs up. Just pretend it's the middle finger, it doesn't matter to me. And leave a comment, something that you think I got wrong or I should improve on, or if, if you are adamant that you don't hit a duck, you're wrong, but tell me that's what you believe. So I really wanted this to be like a kind of a conversational point. If you've seen Bearded Bobber's Indian Scout, tell me what you think. Tell me if you like his color scheme, because I love his color scheme, like legit love his color scheme. So that's why I did this. So please subscribe. I'm probably going to do more of these. I don't know how often. I think what I'm going to do is when there's big news, a lot of stuff going on in the world of motorcycling, or maybe if I'm getting a little bit backlogged, I'll let everybody know what's going on. So that's what I'm doing. Stay tuned. Please hit the likes button. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and reach out to me for the fish migration coming in July. I'm going to be all over and I'd love to meet you. So, hey, as I always say, I hope this goes good. I hope you guys liked it. Ride hard, ride fast, hit the animal, say hi to somebody you don't know. Peace.